Swimming like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank.
Hello and welcome to the video wrap-up show for the Shrimp Tank podcast in Seattle. I'm Dan Whedon and I'm joined by my co-host today, Linda Popke. We had a fascinating and fun conversation today with our guest, Rob Christopher. You're going to want to listen to the entire episode, so please go subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. You can find us all over the podcast platform, and also get all of our episodes on our website at shrimptankpodcast.com. Easy for me to say. So listen, Rob, you said something during the podcast that actually made me stop and write it down. I loved it. You said that emotion is expensive. And so I want to talk because we talk about NDR, and I'd like you to explain a little bit what that is, but talk about emotion being expensive and how your process can help.
Well, when parties are in a dispute, especially today, an angry time in our society's history and a time when we're so divisive, emotions trigger us to react to what others do and what they say and what they argue in ways that just proliferates the situation. And I think that our legal system, in fact, and some lawyers in it, they kind of count on that, and that's what makes it run. We have to get behind that, and we have to get under it in order to reduce it. And neutral-driven resolution, which is what I advocate people and organizations use to do that, accomplishes this. I mean, NDR is a way of resolving legal disputes in which the parties allow a neutral judge to proactively investigate, analyze, and decide the dispute instead of competing attorneys. It brings the emotion level down and raises the dignity level up for all participants. And this makes real justice affordable and delivers better net outcomes for everybody, not to mention huge savings in legal fees, time, and peace of mind compared to litigation.
So Rob, I want to touch on that huge savings, because you said something during the podcast which really kind of floored me, which is this is not a small saving as opposed to going to litigation. It's really big. Can you talk about the scope of the savings for a business owner by not having to go through that whole legal process for a small stakes dispute?
If the investigation, analysis, and decision of a case is handed over at the front end to a neutral who the parties have decided is going to be their judge, and that neutral is allowed to proactively investigate, then the workload that would normally be a litigation workload reduces by 5/6, so that you're focusing on, the neutral is focusing on truth. It's a search for truth, and that enables incredible savings just on the legal fees alone. When you take into account hidden costs like lost time, distracted time, or just the fact that time is money, and the longer it takes to resolve a dispute, the more people are going to spend, and hidden costs like peace of mind, there are even greater savings than what I described.
That's fantastic. And if you want to learn more about NDR and about how it works, and also Rob's going to talk a little bit about his kind of side gig with some garlic in the Gilroy area. So you want to hear about that, listen to the entire podcast. Rob, we want to thank you so much for being a guest here on the Shrimp Tank. For those folks who want to get in touch with you or learn more about you and your book, where should they go?
They can go to my website, www.justresolve.com, or they can email me directly at rob.christopher@justresolve.com.
All right. And for the rest of you, check out the entire episode and all of our replays on shrimptankpodcast.com/Seattle and wherever you get your podcasts, iHeart, Apple, Google, Spotify, Stitcher, SoundCloud, because Dan, we are
ubiquitous.
We are ubiquitous. And follow us on our show's social media pages on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.
Thank you both.
Rob, thank you so much for being part of this. Linda, as always, thank you. Everyone, do exactly what Linda says. Like us on Facebook, because that's where we live stream every week. Please join us at 12 p.m. Pacific every Wednesday for that live stream broadcast on the Facebook page. Our next show will be on June 15th. Please join us. Until we see you again, please be healthy, be prosperous, and have fun. Because for right now, the shrimp is back in the tank. So long.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond.